To become a profitable trading is very important to get to know how much money is entering and how much money is leaving the market, and also get to know how much money are these transactions. In particular, one of the greatest traders in history, called Joseph Granville, created at the time an indicator that allows us to see with much more detail this type of data so important for our analysis. Today we will see step by step how to use this indicator, and how to get a win rate above 90% by combining it with our operations. Stay tuned because I'm sure you will be surprised. Welcome to the Tards game. And before we start, remember that in the description you have the links to join us in our Telegram community, where every day we post charts and analysis of what is happening in the financial markets. And also the trading bonus page, which has been updated and have added new promotions and free bonuses for all those who are starting in the world of trading. Do not forget to leave your email if you want to receive a weekly newsletter with everything that has happened during those days. In this case, we are using as an example a chart of the euro-dollar in 1 hour time frame. The first thing we do is go directly to the indicators section and type PVT. Here we get the aggregate price volume trend. Click on it, and it will appear something like this. The first thing to know is that this indicator is composed of several parts. If we remove these two boxes, we can see how would be the original PVT average. But in this new version, they have added another average that would act as an entry signal, and also an intermediate background to improve it visually. The first thing I do is to increase the opacity of both backgrounds, so that it is much easier to apply these signals quickly. We would click on Accept, and you can see how it coincides in many of these price reversals or trend reversals, that the PVT marks a change in the color and direction of the volume, that is to say just when it marks us that signal of change from red to green. We could directly place our operation with the stop loss below the previous lows, and our take profit with a ratio of 1.5. As you see, in a few hours we would already get benefits. It would happen exactly the same in this area, where just in this candle the price starts to get tired of this uptrend and it is completely reflected in the volume, which first starts to grow, but as you can see it stabilizes until it marks a reversal signal. We place our trade again, and you can see how we again come out in positive. If we continue, we can see that most of these signals come out in positive, but then when the price remains in place for a long time, we see that the colors are mixed. Even so, if we look a little better, we can also detect that the trend of that volume is downward, so we should only look for operations with clear signals in short, such as this one here. Wait 2 candles instead of 1, see that the volume continues to decrease, and in that case take that operation. But of course, to make it even easier, we're going to add another indicator, which would be the Keltner bands, one of my favorite indicators. And in this case we're going to add the Keltner channels bands arm from Tradingview. When you click on it, we'll get something like this, and I think you can see where I'm going because yes, indeed, the Keltner bands help us even more visually to find those perfect reversal zones. For example, this signal here, where we see that the price has contacted that band of reddish color, which already indicates that we are in an area of great bearish pressure, and as you can see the price begins to fall. After this signal we simply wait for the first signal of volume change in the PVT. That is, in this case we come from an uptrend, so we would look for a short, and again as you can see it coincides that we have the same signal. But of course, you remember that I told you that in this lateralization zone it is not so easy to see these signals just looking at the PVT. And as you can see, it is much easier not to make these operations, but only look when we also give us the signal in the Keltner bands. That is to say, here we get that green signal. We also come from a bullish pressure zone. And what do? We simply wait for the first signal of volume change in the PVT. I also recommend that in addition to these 2 rules we take into account the color of the candle, i.e. if we already have this first signal, and we also have that green area in the PVT. If we are looking for operations in long, the candle should be green. This is just a personal advice I give you, simply to improve a little the operation, but as always I recommend you also apply your own basic knowledge of trading. Again, stop loss below the previous lows and 1.5 ratio, there we would have our operation. In addition, you can see how the price continues to rise. We are getting small signals in the Keltner bands, but they are not confirmed by the volume, so we do not worry and do not enter. We just wait for that downward pressure is greater, and also here even this indicator also marks us even divergences that occur. We also notice a divergence with the volume, so we just wait for the PVT to turn red, and just in this candle we take our trade, again with great success. Something similar happens a little further on, again a lot of pressure, in this case bullish, and we simply wait again for that change in the PVT, place our trade, and we go back out in positive. Personally, I think it is one of the most profitable strategies and easier to use, both for experienced traders who can combine it with their usual operations, as for traders who are starting in this world, so I recommend you all to try it and tell us below in comments what you think. Also, like all our strategies, you can test it in all types of assets, both in Forex, such as stocks, or cryptocurrencies, taking into account that the latter are quite more volatile, so we always recommend this strategy for high or medium temporalities. Finally, do not forget to go through the links that we leave in the description, both our free Telegram community and the trading bonus page, where all those who want to try the best trading platforms in the world can enter them, taking advantage of free bonuses and promotions. Take a look because it is very worthwhile. And finally, as always, thank you for watching. See you in the next video of the Tards game.